college days.
Wait, how old are you?
Time.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Substitute Club. Today we have Ellie. So tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into the track days.
Basically, I grew up liking cars and tracks. I come from Lebanon in the Middle East, and we didn't have any track events or even tracks to go to. So we grew watching rallies, hill climbs, and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I grew up looking at them and just learning how to go sideways and whatnot. And then when I came here for college, I was introduced to an exchange student from Japan who had a 510.
Yeah.
He told me about Streets of Full. They were going there at a group, and I was shocked. I was saying, "Oh, you guys have track here."
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So that was my first track day.
What year was it?
It was in 1999, back in the college days. Yeah, a while back.
Yeah,
before the internet, before it wasn't that easy. Yeah, so I went there. That was my track day, and it was just slippery slope from there. I just got hooked, and the rest is history.
Here we are.
I know, right?
Did you have a dream car growing up?
Growing up, actually, I liked the muscle cars. Yeah. So I was into like 69 Camaros, 71, 72 Challengers or whatnot. Then I bought a magazine where they first introduced the Alpinas, the BMWs. So I loved BMWs. Yeah. But when I was in college, I could not afford it. So I went for the cheaper version and went into drag racing and Camaros, Mustangs and whatnot.
Did you like drag racing?
Yes, I liked it. I liked it, but it doesn't compare to road course or, Yeah, but right now, like probably you laugh at me, but my favorite car, like if I have to get one, is the Porsche Carrera GT. Something about that car, the rawness, is just so raw. Yeah.
So how did you end up with the Wagon?
It started actually as a joke. I liked wagons, but I never looked into getting one. A friend of mine built an S54 wagon with a gray interior, and obviously nobody likes the gray interior. So he bought this one to use the black interior and switch it to the other car.
Yeah.
I saw it at Trinity Autosport in Santa Ana. I saw it all stripped. It was automatic, like the original engine and whatnot. So I talked to him and he said, yeah, you want it, I'll sell it to you. So when I bought it as a joke, all I wanted to do is a manual transmission swap, e-brake, and just put some tires and go burn them and drift it. And you know the story with all of us car guys. Once it starts, it never ends. One thing led to the other, and before you know it, it's a full-on build. Although, honestly, I'm surprised the attention it gets at track and how much people like it.
I love
it means a lot when people compliment it.
I love the Wagon, What is your favorite track and why?
Favorite track is Sonoma.
Sonoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I drove Sonoma, it was just by far the best. The adrenaline rush you get from it, and you're always doing something. You don't get a second to kind of relax and adjust yourself. It's like from start to finish. The walls are so close. It covers everything fast. Slow corners, uphill, downhills, S's, enclosing radius. Like it just covers everything. So once you drive it, it's just you get hooked. And I've talked to a couple of pro racers actually that have done pretty much almost every track in the US. And to a T is just like Sonoma.
Yeah. So let's start at the back. What's going on here?
So I removed the window. I was testing it at ACS a couple of weeks ago. Because it's a wagon, at high speeds and corners, the air was getting congested inside and lifting the back. So I took it out to see if it helps with less drag and speed, which it helped, but it created a lot of turbulence.
Of course,
because of the air.
So that's why you have the gurney over here.
So we're going back in 2 weeks. So I'm adding stuff in there. I'm gonna add a little bit just as a testing to see if it helps or not.
I see.
Eventually we're gonna do plexiglass in there, like drill some circle holes or whatnot. But yeah, that's why it's currently this way.
So did it help at all by not having the
top speed? It did, but like for example in the oval going around, it really you know how Mercedes in Formula One complains about porpoising. It did the same thing, but it did it horizontally, not vertically. Like the car really dances.
Interesting.
So I think what happened because of the air coming from here and nothing to like when it meets or whatnot. It's creating a lot of turbulence. So I'm thinking about doing something maybe to kind of like
bring it out.
Yeah, something like that. We'll see. It's
Interesting.
Just,
Is the chassis all M3 stuff?
so basically, yes, we brought parts from an M3. The rear axle, rear chassis, the front, everything is M3.
Okay.
We switched it all together. Brakes also from M3, suspension, everything. So pretty much like we brought an M3 and just made a wagon out of it.
Gotcha.
The only thing that's still non-M3 we're thinking about switching is the ABS.
ABS, yeah.
It's not too bad right now, but everybody goes with the MK6.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
What year is this wagon to start with? I
So
guess
this wagon is an 03.
03.
03 325 Soliv. It came automatic. It had like 170 horsepower or whatnot. So when I stripped it, actually I took it to a few tracks. Well, pretty much all Southern California tracks, just to test it as is, with low power and automatic, just to get a feel. And remember the Escapade we had at Bottom Willow?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This car is a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. Fun factor is off the charts.
Did you sub to before doing all? Okay.
No. I believe the fastest was, if I remember correctly, 204 or 205.
Wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. It wasn't literally no power. Automatic transmission. Yeah.
That was with the automatic, right?
Yeah, it was automatic.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, so it has the Beamer Wolf full race exhaust, the PFC BBK, GRZ's R Sports suspension, and then of course the S54 Super Sprint headers. Section 1 was custom made by Michael Cox. The half cage also was fabricated by Michael Cox. The subframe was also reinforced by him. Engine work, all the swap or whatnot was done by Kevin in San Diego. He goes by Cave, a friend of mine and very good. I mean, Frenchman working on a German car. But, he did most of the work. Trinity did some work in it. HTE from Lebanon actually tuned it.
Oh wow!
European Auto Source also helped with it.
Good.
So quite a few shops.
Good. If you look inside, this thing is like legit.
Yeah, surprisingly, technically still street legal, registered and insured till September at least. Yeah, trimming the wires is next. We really like. I couldn't believe the amount of wires. They had. But you know, with BMW, you can't just cut. So okay, not touching it.
Everything's canned, so.
Yeah. So I believe we can shave maybe 30-40 pounds.
Oh yeah, probably,
Still has the windows, glass.
How much does it weigh as is?
Right now, 2950.
2950.
Yeah.
And
I believe stock it was around 3400.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pop the hood. Okay. Show the engine.
The vent from track spec actually is for a Mustang 350.
Oh, is it?
350, yeah, GT 350.
Well, it fits perfect.
It was just as if made for it. It helped with the cooling big time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
That's the S54. Intake was done by EIS.
Okay.
By Steve. It's actually a Dynan for a 540.
Nice.
That was custom to fit.
How much power does it make right now?
So right now, adjusted, it makes 333 to the wheel.
Wow.
So pretty much we almost doubled the horsepower from stock.
Jesus.
Yeah, very healthy engine. The tuner did a good job, and it's been a workhorse.
Yeah. And these engines, well, this particular engine is stock, right? Stock internal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just bolt-ons. Like you see, like the intake, the headers, the pulleys, but internally everything is stock, nothing touched.
It's incredible how much power it can make. Just NA, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we had more torque out of it.
But,
I mean, but then they're very dependable. It revs right now, I believe, to like 8,300. I put the cutoff.
Okay, 83. Wow.
Yeah. I took it to when I took it to ACS. I have the 410 gearing in it. I really thought I'm gonna run out of gears, and it just was perfect. I got it to 147 miles an hour, and literally it was like at 8,200 RPM. I had only like 100 RPM to spare, so I was happy about that. The radiator and the oil cooler, it's a CSF.
Okay.
Our main sponsor for Beamer Challenge.
Yeah.
They were gracious enough, so it's perfect. No issues with cooling so far. It's just it's been a champ. Happy about that. They come stuck with oil cooler, but I put the CSF instead.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So as far as cooling goes, it's just basically the radiator and
The
oil cooler.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doesn't take much, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
the vent.
Oh, the
of
vent.
course,
Yeah, the vent helps a lot.
whatnot. Yeah, still, I haven't even gone with electric fans yet. So, but you know, it works, and I've been like on the track when it's like over 100 with no issues.
I see. And that's just a stock
Yeah,
fan.
the stock fan.
I didn't know they were pusher type.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah,
I'm trying to save some room here, I guess.
for the space or whatnot.
Cool, cool. And the front end.
Yeah, I tried to load it in an open trailer.
Uh-huh.
I had some padding just to even it out. Somebody removed it.
Yeah, yeah.
When we're doing the hill climb, actually, and I didn't pay attention, so I just tapped it in there, broke it.
So I've done that
Yes,
before.
you know
Yeah.
what it is with
Yeah,
these
yeah,
cars.
yeah. Do you have a splitter on it?
No,
Okay.
just the OEM. That's next. We're gonna put some
Aero in the front.
Yeah, but I wanna it's not 100% dialed in yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting there, so I wanna see like set it up all together without aero.
Okay.
Then we have to factor. We're gonna have probably to do custom uprights for the
wing. Yeah,
the splitter
yeah.
is straightforward, so we'll see.
Okay. The front suspension, you mentioned you're running JRG.
Yes.
What kind of arms are you running?
The arms are stuck.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
surprising.
obviously, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean I went with the Turner Motorsports rear control arms, the front all stock. But what we did, we changed all the bushings,
To pillow.
all the mounts, everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like just to make it solid and whatnot to get
Okay.
a better feel for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it works.
And they're all aluminum, right?
Yeah, one of our sponsors actually SPL, like
Uh-huh.
some nice stuff. We'll see. I mean, at this stage, there's no need for it, like for that car.
Uh-huh.
But then we'll see how that goes eventually.
Got it. And the brakes are big boy PFCs.
Yeah, PFCs.
And these are what, 13 inch?
Yes, I believe those are the Z45, so 355s.
355s,
Yeah.
okay. Well, what kind of pads are you running in the front?
PFC 11.
Oh, okay. I run the same.
Yeah.
Those are really good pads,
Yeah, they're
I
really-
feel.
The actually those are good. The rear, it's the I believe they call it the ZR29,
Uh-huh.
which is the smaller ones, and we're having issues. I can't get pads. Nobody has pads beside the PFC weight, which more of an autocross.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Is it because this caliper is just too new?
no, it's actually too old. They have
Oh,
this
too
size,
old. Oh.
and they have the bigger one. We
Uh-huh.
just we got this one. A long story, but my understanding now with BFC, they don't make any BBKs anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard. You can't get them.
Oh.
Yeah, but we'll see. We're gonna get some custom pads. We'll see how that goes.
That'll be good. Tell me about the flare. What is it out of?
Hard Motorsports
Okay.
for a four-door
Okay.
T25.
Uh-huh.
With its cutting and just it, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's a track car.
Yeah, yeah. It looks
We
good.
cut it a
Yeah.
little bit, and this way at least we can fit 1810. Those are 1810 and a half.
Yeah.
ET25.
10 and a half.
10 and a half. I had to use 2mm spacers in the front.
Uh-huh, to
just
clear the shock.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they fit. Those are 285s, the tires. I tried
Okay.
305s, so
Uh-huh.
I was able to firm in the rear.
Uh-huh.
The front is gonna get a little bit tricky,
Okay.
so I'm gonna work on that, see if it is the bigger tire.
Were you actually faster on 305s?
Not necessarily. So when I tried the 305, I only tried them in the rear. We couldn't put them in front.
Uh-huh.
So there was so much rear grip. The
Yeah.
car was understeering, and
Uh-huh.
actually I tried it at Streets of Fulham, running in there. So I tried to switches to see if it kind of changes the balance.
Yeah.
But they were rubbing everywhere, so we have to figure out something more in the front.
I see.
But usually it would, because the car is under 3,000, so it's on the lighter side.
Yeah.
So a couple of my friends on an e46s, they did change, and it did help with the balance.
I see.
And during the summer and the hot weather, it doesn't get greasy as fast. It takes longer. So.
Right. So in order to do the swap into a wagon, do you need like new drive shaft?
It has the 5-speed from an E36,
Uh-huh.
and I already had an extra custom drive shaft for
Okay.
the swap.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, they make some kind of spacers.
And the rear end is I'm guessing M3.
And from
Yeah.
M3, stock they come with 362.
Oh.
So I decided to go with 410. I got
Okay.
my hand on a 410. It's still stock, just to see the difference.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's a lot of fun. And now that I know we're not going to run out of gears at tracks, I'm gonna take it out and rebuild it. Send it Racing Diffs Online
Okay.
is one of our sponsors. So I'm gonna rebuild it and add some clutches in there, just see,
Yeah,
get
yeah.
more grip.
So they use stock LSD and then they just re-gear it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's electronic, it's like
Oh,
variable.
I didn't know that.
So it gets tricky. It's not as easy as the e46 where you can stick at any diff shop. So certain people can work on it. It gets a little bit complicated.
Interior is really nice in my opinion.
thank
Yeah. You guys.
It's more cleaning, but yeah, it's getting there.
You got the Recaro
CD
Pro and then
shifters, the
SPG.
Recons,
Yeah. OMP steering wheel, CAE shifter. Wow.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of fun to drive and throw around. That's
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's and it's forgiving when the rear end comes out.
Yeah.
It's very easy to control, but sometimes like you forget when you're going for lap times.
Yeah.
That you're actually going by lap time. It's so much fun, and you just start sliding and having fun. Then you realize, okay, well that didn't work.
What's your PB on this car?
Which track?
Button Willow.
Button Willow, it was high 152s.
Wow.
I believe 152.8, something around that.
That's crazy fast.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do a couple adjustments, tires, get new tires or whatnot, and just like perfect weather to see if I can get to 150. We'll see. It's gonna be a tall order, but hey, we try, right?
And any future goals with this car? What's the next step?
So the next step, definitely to trim all the wiring.
Yeah.
Just clean it up, finish the cage, take the windows out, the glass or whatnot, and then aero is 50-50. I don't know, like I'm tempted to do it, but there's multiple reasons why not to do it, fun factor and whatnot.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I believe eventually I will, just to get to see like the difference in lap times.
Yeah.
The diff, for sure, we have to rebuild the diff. Pretty much that's it. But you know how it is. It starts with one thing and it just leads to another, and before you know it,
you have all these parts.
yeah,
They just magically happen.
yeah. Don't know how.
As you can see, this is not the only BMW he has. This is the main guy or main chick, right?
The black fag machine.
Nah. And there's another one. So this one's been down for a while, Ellie, right?
For a year, I dropped 4 valves in Sonoma. But the engine served its time. It literally had about 190,000 miles on it.
Oh, yeah.
And years of track days. Even the 2 gentlemen I bought the car from before me, they tracked it. And me personally, and I know our friend Ying will laugh about it, has over 100 track days, easily, close to 150. So it served this time.
Jesus.
Yeah, it served this time. So yeah, I have. So we'll see. We have to rebuild it and just. I considered an LS swap, but it was way over my budget. So.
Yeah. Especially with multiple projects, right?
Yeah, true.
And I'm guessing this is for the Laguna pipe?
This is, Laguna and Sonoma, because the Beamer World won't pass. So it's still in there. We made it.
All similar formula inside, right? You
What is
have a similar formula inside, right?
Yeah.
This is S54.
Yeah, S54.
You have JRZs on this car, right?
So this is a funny story. I have GRZs in the front.
Oh, Motan in the
and
back. Right?
old Motans in the rear, yeah. Yeah.
Why is that?
So basically the Motan, the fronts were defective. They rebuilt them several times and they keep leaking.
Oh.
So finally I got a hold of a gentleman who used to rebuild them back in the day. He was in the race community for years and years. He said he can rebuild, like either rebuild them one more time, or what he can do, he can get him a set of GRZ, because literally he used GRZ parts to rebuild the Motan.
Makes sense.
I'm not sure how or
Yeah.
whatnot, but he said it's the same thing. He said, try him if you don't like him. So I slapped him in there. I mean, I know some people make fun of it, but hey, it's balanced and it works. So
Why change it, right?
Yeah, why change it?
Yeah.
So eventually I have to once the boat needs rebuilding again.
And the car next to it is Ed's car, right?
Ed's car, yeah, my friend.
This car is
Yeah.
probably the cleanest E46.
It's really,
yeah,
He
really well done up.
he cares about it so much. He doesn't want to sleep in alone, so that's why I babysit. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty well built.
Yeah. And it's got the JRZ Motorsports.
Motorsports, yeah.
Did you see or did you find any like major differences? Like how it feels?
Performance-wise, honestly, no. I mean, you need data and whatnot to feel it. But what I noticed, it absorbs the bump much easier. So
Okay.
it'll handle, but it feels more like a Cadillac compared to the RS.
Got it.
Especially when you go over curbs or whatnot. It's really, it absorbs them. Yeah, you can tell the difference.
it.
Yeah. Performance-wise or lap times.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it has the actually also the PFC BBK, the newer ones. One of the last sets like they made.
No expense spared on
No.
this one.
No, Michael Cox custom made the fenders in here.
Oh yeah, this is custom made, huh?
Yeah.
It's all metal too.
Yeah, he cut and did it himself. Actually, Ed designed it. He wanted this way, and just Michael did it.
Oh, nice.
Then we used the
Check
track
spec.
spec.
That's cool.
It has the Varus hood. Pretty expensive, nice.
Oh yeah.
Very light.
Dry carbon.
Yeah,
And the carbon roof.
carbon roof.
Yeah. Of course, Recaro. Gotta have Recaro
Yeah,
in a BMW.
he's a Ricardo fanboy.
Me too, me too.
Oh, okay, here you go.
And CAE,
Yeah, CE.
aim dash. And cool, the cool shirt,
The cool shirt.
Yeah.
Fire system.
fire system.
Yeah, pretty much. He
The
has
whole
the
nine.
6-point cage,
Uh huh.
but no door bars because he wanted to leave the windows.
Oh, is that right? Okay. So the window still works.
Yeah, it still
Okay.
works. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
This way, like we can close it, or if it's raining or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Because sometimes we take it in the open trailer.
Okay. And those gauges are the temperature, water temperature.
Yeah, oil temperature,
Oil
water
temperature.
temp, and
Okay.
oil pressure.
Pressure. Okay.
So you have it there, then the aim register
Uh-huh.
you have it there, so multiple ones. So
Yeah.
Make sure you got it correctly.
Looks
Yeah,
so
that's the,
nice.
Diff cooler.
Uh huh.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I believe the interior is the color is the Nardo gray,
Yeah, yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
So
Yeah, it came out
clean.
pretty clean.
I mean, it's a little dusty right now, but this
Yeah,
car
we,
is so
he
clean.
took it to Chapala.
Uh huh.
Haven't cleaned it yet. It's going to Laguna next month, so it'll be cleaned before then.
Does the trunk open?
Yes, it does.
Well, that's the diff cooler and the pump. Man,
It's a little bit dirty, but actually it's a lot dirty.
yeah.
The dust of Chakwala.
So nice. And the APR wing.
APR wing and also APR front splitter.
And the diffuser.
Diffuser also made by Michael Cox, custom made. He also did the exhaust. It's a custom exhaust, and I believe they use the Borla muffler.
Okay.
It sounds really nice.
I love this thing.
Growing in high school, this one and
Uh-huh.
the BMW 320 series,
Uh-huh.
Fiat 135, the racing, they were the car to get. So when I got here, my friend got it from the auction,
Uh huh.
and it's been sitting here for quite a few years, trying to rebuild it. It's a work in process, but literally no time being on the track on the weekend.
Right.
But I have to, yeah, it needs some attention for sure.
Oh.
This one was in my office back in the day, and it's just rented it by back in the day when it was 55. I don't have the heart to throw away, so it's been sitting here.
And this is all the history, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
You had a Camaro at one point?
Yeah, actually, that's the first Camaro I got.
You got the right flag.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, that was the. It was for a drag, like built with 383, 4 engine complete and stuff. So
Cool.
we took the ACS and if you see that one, that was back in the day when they were allowing us to go to Pomona Dragster before they stopped it. Yeah. I think like maybe 2000.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a C5 as well.
Yeah, I had it before the C6.
Cool.
Should have kept it, but we all say the same thing, right?
Yeah. My favorite car still to this day, one of them is E46 and the other one is C5.
Yeah, definitely. It's the best bang for the money for sure.
For sure. It's quite a jump.
Yeah. And this was my first track day ever in the 944 Turbo, back in the college days.
Wait, how old are you?
Time. You know what? I got to 45 and I lost count. I stopped counting, so I would have to check. Hey. Yeah, I'm not young.
And this is your first BMW, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
E46. Yeah, that was the back, I believe, I don't know, 15 years ago maybe.
So for the viewers that maybe younger and just getting into track days, I know E36 right now is like a really popular platform.
Yeah.
Would you recommend an E36 over E46?
For a beginner with a budget, yes. I mean, the E46 to me is the ultimate.
Yeah.
But when it comes to cost and budget or whatnot, I would recommend start with the E36 and work your way up. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, definitely.
What about E92?
E92 is nice. It's also more expensive. Yeah, budget is an issue with it.
Well, now I see, sorry to cut you off, but with E92 dropping and E46 shooting up, they're almost like same now.
I mean, the original cost, pretty much. Actually, an E46 with low mileage is probably more expensive than E92. The cost of running it and making it go fast, the E92 there is, the E90 series at least, it's definitely more than the E46. Parts are more expensive. Car is heavier. It's going to go through parts wear and tear faster. So it's, but each is like a star on their own. They have the different fun factor.
Yeah, but your favorite obviously is the 46s.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That chassis is just, I mean, not because I drive BMWs, but that chassis is by far, I believe it's the most forgiving of any other car.
I think so
more
too.
Predictable, yeah.
It's also one of the easiest cars to drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What does sub 2 mean to you?
It's a goal. It's a goal that you get it out of the way, then you start shooting for bigger and better things, if I may. I remember in Bonwillow before the repave, it was almost, well, I won't say unheard of, but really like, only a few did it. So at the time when we ran it, when I ran it with the E36, I was pretty happy because it was something like, it's, you set a goal, you try like the effort, the amount of work it goes into it. So yeah, it's just gratifying.
The last question for you is, what things about life do you learn through cars?
I believe that two kind of similar, being almost unpredictable. So you go into life or you go into track and you set goals and you start working, you put the effort like we talked earlier, time, energy to achieve something. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes things don't go as planned, sometimes they do. But at the end of the day, whether on life or car, in the car field, what you want to call it, it's the journey itself that's, it's gratifying. You look at it, the memories, the friends that you make, the stuff, whether it's failures, success, whatever it is, it's just the journey itself.
Any final words that you want to
Well, thank you for having me in your channel. I appreciate that. It means a lot. And then hopefully it'll motivate some people to track more or start tracking, or people on the fence.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a good community. People help each other and whatnot. The friends you make, it's just it's a lifestyle pretty much. And you know, so hopefully we'll see more people, especially from the younger generation. We don't want them to go away from cars into video games, or we want to call it. So
I completely agree with you. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, check out Ellie's Instagram, and yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you.